Hello, good morning. My name is Habibur Rahman. I have come from Bangladesh. I belong to Bangladesh Agricultural University in Mymensingh. I have been working with this milk production from exotic Beetal goats to improve inner city food security in Dhaka for some years. Dhaka is one of the mostly densely populated areas in this country, and that harbors about 18 million people. Unfortunately, it is ranked 25th worst on the world air quality index and extremely polluted air we are living in. The goat is used to diversify the income and to ensure this food security for the elderly as well as for the children, those who are vulnerable. Previously, we have been trying to use pigeons to improve this nutritional quality of the dwellers, of the people of this society, but due to avian influenza, it did not work very well. So we switched over to indoor reared Beetal goat farm in Dhaka. Goats, certainly, it is not the local goats. The Biharis, they usually keep it for generations, and we have taken this opportunity from them. First of all, housing practices. Housing and management of goats is very important, and we usually keep them on the rooftop, which is vacant in most of the cases. However, due to bad air quality, we have been keeping them completely indoors. Beetal is a dual-purpose goat which is used for meat as well as milk production. It is usually found in Punjab of India and Pakistan, and the Beetal is usually black. The males have long twisted horns, and this breed is about 60 kg weight in case of male, and female can grow up to 40 kg. Its ears are long and flat, and the udder is very large and well developed with large conical tips. We feed them with chickpea hull and wheat bran, and the mixture is very simple. 5 kg of chick hull is getting mixed with 3.7 kg of wheat bran, and it is given ad libitum as far as possible in 24 hours, and straws and napier grass as green fodder is cut into pieces and then fed daily. Beetal bugs are dangerous, may cause injury and very unpredictable. They are very bad-tempered and delirious, and sometimes they may be involved in fighting with others, so that we usually do not ask everybody to keep the bugs. It is very difficult to keep these bugs because they are very difficult to tame, and every time they try to sniff the bottom of the female, which is very good for the Beetal dose, because of the fact that they are very silent when it comes to the heat. Every now and then, beetle bugs, they take up this urine, and we call it filament response is the outcome. Beetle goats are not seasonal breeders in tropical environment like ours, although these goats have two peaks of breeding in a year time, especially in the autumn and in the spring. As a result, in order to accelerate the skidding in beetle goats, sensitive bugs must be kept along with the dose to induce stress in anistra season. It is imperative that before you have gone for breeding practices, there should be checking on the bugs if they do have any diseases like brucellosis as well as CAE. It looks to me as though that beetle breeding can take place at any time in the year, although feeding is the main driving force as well as the photo period. It is indeed very difficult for the female goats to spot when they are in the heat. An observant manager should be able to identify most those in heat by observing the female a few times a day. But they are always in silent condition, so that beetle bugs live with the herd and frequently sniff the buttock of the does before anyone spots the extra sign. The bug will certainly become violent and tear the rope around its neck and impregnate the does instantly. Thus, our system of embedded bug is working. A stress cycle usually lasts for about 12 hours to 48 hours. This period refers to standing heat, and everybody should be cautious to use this opportunity. Otherwise, there will be no use of keeping the does indoors. The outcome of having beetle goat is there is very big opportunity to produce milk for others. As a milk producer, they are preferable because it does not only produce milk, it gives the kids. At least they can produce 2 kids at a time. Goat milk, due to its medicinal value to alleviate asthma and rickets and other skin disorders, the demand of this milk is on the increase. However, there is no market system for the consumers so that our milk can be sold directly. The lactation period is about 250 days, and it produces 1.8 to 2 kg of milk per day, and as a result, for lactation, you may get 450 kg of milk. In addition to that, 2 kids is preferred. You may have 2 kids for lactation, and it is very valuable. The female can be sold about $300 after 6 months, and as well as the male kid may face about 18 kilograms in body weight, so that it is not only the milk, the kids are also appreciable. The main impasses come from these health practices, health management, which is very important. It is without a vet, it is very difficult to help the farmers to grow beetle farm in Dhaka. In order to improve the productivity, general health management, parasite control, vaccination, environmental management, and accurate record keeping must not be overlooked. Some infectious diseases are very common, so that their prevention and control must be carried out without any delay. Weak kids, neonatal deaths are very common, and unfortunately they are preventable. At farm level, health practices include proper health care of the pregnant, neonates, young and adult animals, and incorporate the practices and approaches to reduce neonatal mortality. During the winter time, we face the hypothermia and sometimes hypoglycemia due to inadequate supply of colostrum to newborn. Finally, the massive vaccination program against PPR and foot and mouth diseases must be organized at least twice a year to help the farmers. Private health sectors may play an important role for the survival and growth of this productivity of goods in urban setting. Many diseases which we cannot confirm by laboratory, without the laboratory, and identifying these causes, especially the unknown diarrhea, abortion, pneumonia, and there is no clinically based system so that we can help the farmers. The disease diagnostic capacity and system is poorly developed. As a result, diseases are neither reported nor investigated unless there is epidemic. Hence, all good diseases are neither reported and or diagnosed. The prevalent diseases in Dhaka includes PPR, pneumonia, abortion, diarrhea, external parasites, mange mites, mastitis, especially in dairy goats, tympani and bloat, and urolithiasis. Although goats are very prolific domestic ruminants, both young adults and pensioners are increasingly relying on goats as a means of survival and a way to boost their income as well as their immunity. COVID-19 pandemic has ushered a new era in keeping goats even as a pet and as a source of milk to boost body immunity. Goats can withstand heat stress and can endure prolonged water deprivation, unlike the cattle and sheep. Since they can efficiently utilize poor quality of forage the peculiar feeding habits make it easier to choose diets to meet their requirements. Due to climate change, frequency of the droughts, cyclones, and natural disasters, and environmental degradation and uncertainty of fresh milk for the vulnerable groups, goat has become increasingly suitable for the city dwellers. I consider goats as an intelligent animal, independent and resistant to many diseases and parasites, with their characteristics of look after themselves much better than any other livestock species. The constants, what I have been able to find out, it is poor supply and low investment in goat sector. Goat subsector, improve our technology in case of feed, health, breed and shed making, and lack of scientific model how to use this opportunity of the rooftop to make this shade. There is no training facilities for the farmers on the improved rearing, low motivation to commercial production, lack of provision of feeding, no enough food and forages are available. There is no safety net to supply, constant supply of food and feed for the goats during this emergency situation like COVID-19. Not enough supply of vaccines and medicines available. Farm owners do not have adequate knowledge of disease and treatment methods. Due to limited resources of the DLS, they are often unable to provide technical support. Government has had no policy to develop urban goats. There is low or no investment from private banks or traders or farmers, even no access to, in case of women and marginalized community, to work with the goats. Poor facility of loan disbursement from the government, high interest rate, low priority of banking sector to help these urban dwellers to develop goat rearing. There is no emergency plan to rescue during the disease outbreak. Lack of animal wealth protection policy and insurance also another impasse to develop urban goat system. There is no minimum pricing policy while selling live goats, milk, and the mechanism on meat slaughtering and trading. How to strengthen the urban goat system? There are some suggestions. Improve knowledge of potential and profitable meat goat farming as a commercial business. Introduction of efficient farm practices that can improve milk meat productivity per animal. Building awareness on feed availability and nutritional value for both milk and meat goats. Building awareness on hygiene, recycling goat manure by compost making, animal welfare and veterinary care matters. Improve knowledge on the development of milk, meat-specific breeds and their development through natural mating using embedded bugs to reduce kidding interval. Improve marketing channels to sell raw goat milk as well as processed milk to the supermarkets. Disease prevention and control needs to be primary importance to promote availability of quality animals. The animal health needs to be linked directly to public health to raise the significance of proper veterinary care and animal welfare. Private sector like Blue Crescent Veterinary Hospital and Diagnostic Lab is working throughout the day and night to help the goat farmers. And a community approach to rearing of goats and pigeons on the rooftop has been ongoing for years in Dhaka with the aim of building community and strengthening local economies. Rooftop garden has the potential to efficiently reuse wastewater and recycling of the animal waste, and finally to supply fresh milk to the elderly and children to boost their immunity. I hope the government and non-government organizations, they will come forward to help this goat rearing system as well as marketing system in Dhaka in the near future. Thank you very much indeed for your patience. Thank you again.